step that is required to get the website migration done the correct way is that we have a proper page to page mapping of all the existing and the new plan.
Welcome to our podcast on website migration and its optimization through SEO. To start with the same, I would like to ask a very first question to you. What is exactly data migration, or we can say website migration?
Well, to answer this question,
Mhm.
it has multiple aspects associated to it.
Mhm.
But to be very precise, if we talk about website migration, it is a
Okay.
process where any brand or any company who decides to revamp their website, or let's say
Mhm.
if they have any kind of a website mergers, so
Okay.
let's say xyz.com is acquiring abc.com, and then they want that both the websites should merge. So this process of merging the data on the website is one of the parts of website migration.
Okay.
Another part is related to the revamping of website migration, where we talk about that, okay, I want to make a complete new look of my website. At that point
Sure.
also, what we try to achieve is that exact urls are not mapped there because of the
Okay.
reason that we want to further optimize them for seo purposes.
Okay.
So all that particular what you can say tits and bits of seo
Mhm.
falls under the category of website migration.
Okay. So what I understood is website migration works as hand in hand with SEO.
Exactly. So basically, this is a concept which is,
Mhm.
you can say it's a sub concept of SEO, where
Okay.
website migration becomes one of the major aspects from where you maybe, like for any new brand, you can just start the process for SEO.
Okay.
That's where website migration process comes into
Okay.
picture.
But website migration, as far as I have known from people, really they're afraid of doing it. Reason majorly being loss of the data, loss of the traction they have on their websites. Uh, how can one not, get into the loop of losing the data?
Well, this is a very crucial fact
Mm.
related to website migration. When it is said that the data loss is there or the
Mm.
traction loss is there on the
Mm.
website, well, it's true. And
Okay.
I have personally seen cases where the data loss was over 80%, over 90% also. But then, with the right set of procedures, when
Mm.
you try to implement website migration in the
Mm.
right direction, this particular loss can be recovered in a, you can say, in no time, or maybe a
Okay.
month or 2 months of time. But at the same time, still, yes, there is a data loss and you need to build on it.
Mm.
An ideal scenario would be like if you are facing 15 to 20% of data loss after a month or two,
Mm.
it means your website migration was done the right way, and automatically after a certain seo effort,
Okay.
these results will start to yield what you are expecting out of your
Okay.
seo.
Okay, so there that means there is a way we can optimize the website also, and we can retain our data also. Can you tell us few steps or the procedure one should follow to get on the right track, to do it the right way?
Yes, so it's a very detailed process. Like,
Okay.
honestly, if you talk about a normal website or a big website
Mm.
that has a normal pages, like it's
Mm.
not an e-commerce website, even that website might take close to 4 to 6 months to get to the exact frame where it
Okay.
was earlier. And the first and the foremost feature that is required, or
Mm.
the step that is required to get the website migration done the correct way, is that we have a proper page to page mapping of all
Okay.
the existing and the new planned pages. So
Okay.
for example, I'll give let's say we have a page that talks about the solutions on our
Okay.
website, and I want to migrate this page to the new website. In that
Mm.
case, over there also, the page that talks about solution, the url can be different. It
Okay.
can be slash services slash solutions or something,
Okay.
but still that particular page needs to be mapped with that specific page.
Okay.
Once we have all these pages mapped to each other,
Mm.
then there will be certain pages which do not fall into the category that they can be mapped directly to a certain page. Then we
Okay.
need to plan that from which category we need to map it and all those things. So this is a complete redirection mapping that
Okay.
comes into picture. Once you have the redirection mapping done,
Mm.
then you need to come to the second step that is related to your keyword visibility that is
Okay.
there on the existing website. Now, talking about keyword visibility on the
Mm.
existing website talks about the parameters where, let's say, on a single page, on a page A,
Mm.
there are close to 600 different keywords through which you get traction.
Okay.
Now, out of those 600 keywords, we also need to understand that what was the keyword volume, what was the traction that we were receiving from each and every
True.
specific keyword. So there are various sensitive tools like
Mm.
Ahrefs, SEMrush that can help us analyze these specifics where individual keyword contribution to your website traffic and to that specific page can be managed. Once you have that data with you, then you need to analyze it. Okay, what are the keywords that help you to rank on the top 10 positions?
Okay.
So that becomes your second step.
Mm.
Once both these things are with you, what you do a in order to understand that how much data loss was there. So what you do a benchmarking and a milestone planning over here.
Okay.
Like benchmarking as in, if I do it today,
Mm.
let's say I initiate the migration process today, after 15 days I'll have to see, after 7 days I have to see, after 30 days I'm
Okay.
reviewing the overall data loss and how
True.
many keywords were gained and all
Okay.
those aspects that I'm
Mm.
monitoring. So then monitoring really becomes a crucial aspect
Mm.
in this. And if you see that the content is not generating the way the results it
Okay.
should be generated, in that case your existing SEO team comes into picture, where they start generating parallel keywords or parallel pages
Okay.
to strengthen the new page which is not able to generate those type of results.
Okay.
So these, I guess, are the crucial steps involved when it comes
Okay.
to website
Migration.
migration. And then there are several other technical aspects associated to it, be it the page load speed,
Mm-hmm.
overall performance, maybe the UI
Mm-hmm.
UX, because it's a new website. So
Mm.
the UI UX would be different, so you need to also perform A/B testing
Okay.
there, that whether is it just because of the content that the keywords are not
Mm.
ranking, or maybe because of the increasing bounce rate, or because of the lower engagement rate,
Okay.
your keywords are not performing well.
Okay.
So then there are like SEO talks about 200 odd compliances, so
Yes.
we need to monitor those compliances. But yes, at a certain point, if we take care of
Mm.
these 3 to 4 major steps, I believe we are at least 50-60% on the right track. And
Okay.
then based on what kind of data monitoring you have done,
Mm.
what kind of Google Analytics or
Mm.
any other analytics that you use,
Mm.
you have seen, will help you to optimize your website results
Okay.
further. So I
Okay.
guess this is something that everyone who is looking into website migration
Mm-hmm.
process should take care of.
Okay. So what I have understood by the entire conversation we had is one thing, SEO holds an important role in website migration,
Yeah.
and it's one of the crucial part of it.
Yeah.
So I have heard about few myths, maybe they are myths, maybe that's true. I think you can verify it the best. People say that, they will lose up to 80% of data when they are trying to migrate from one to other. Is
Mhm.
that true?
Well, as I mentioned in my previous answer also,
Hmm.
yes, that is true. There
Hmm.
are chances that you lose
Hmm.
80% of your data.
Hmm.
But then you need to keep a note of that, what is the time period for that loss.
Okay.
So obviously on day 1, day 2, the loss may be more than 80%.
Okay.
But the crucial point is whether you are regaining those results or not. So
Okay.
let's say if you have 80% of
Hmm.
data loss, or maybe more than that, and if you see that yes, the loss is recovering over a period of 7 days, over a period of
Hmm.
15 days, as I
Hmm.
mentioned, that you need to monitor it daily. And
Yes.
if you see that there's a rising trend,
Huh.
in that case you're sorted. But if you
Okay.
see that this is not rising and the data loss
Hmm.
is still
Hmm.
80%, 90%, or maybe even 70%, but you're not able to recover from it,
Okay.
then there's a problem in the migration process, or the new
Okay.
website that we have migrated to. Maybe the redirections are not correct, or maybe
Okay.
the UI UX of that particular
Okay.
page is not correct, the content is not engaging on
Okay.
it. So then we need to come up with ideas that okay, these are the various keywords
Hmm.
that were ranking on this page and now they are not ranking, and how do we optimize the entire
Okay.
content for this. Another aspect associated to this
Hmm.
is like how you can actually reduce or lower the
Hmm.
risk of getting this data losses. You can also introduce AI models over here
Hmm.
that can
Okay.
help you to run A/B testings more
Okay.
effectively within no time. And with
Mm-hmm.
that particular thing, you can like you can try to optimize your pages much faster
Okay.
compared to doing it through a conventional method. Although I am an old school, I prefer doing conventional
Okay.
methods. But then yes, no one can ignore AI in today's scenario,
Okay.
and use of AI done in the right direction for SEO is obviously something that can add value to the
Okay.
entire process.
Okay. So we've already spoken about the loopholes also now,
Yeah.
because that's what how you told that it can be avoided. So to know further, can the application, or what I would say is website migration, be done on our own, or you think a consultant is required to do the same?
Honestly, it totally depends on your
Hmm.
personal wish whether you
Hmm.
want to hire a
Hmm.
consultant or not. But yes, if a right consultant is there,
Hmm.
they will definitely help you understand the process step by step. And the more crucial aspect here is the data analysis that is being recorded.
Okay.
The data that is being recorded,
Okay.
and to get the analysis done out of it. Because
Okay.
if that is not done the right way,
Hmm.
in that case, there is a major problem associated to it.
Okay.
So we need to make sure that if we are able to keep hold of all the important
Hmm.
aspects, in that case I'm perfectly fine saying that yes, anyone can do it.
Okay.
But then if you are not aware of those key aspects, in that case definitely you need to hire a
Okay.
right SEO agency or maybe an SEO consultant if you have
Okay.
in-house resources with you
Okay.
already.
So I would like to, say that, 90% people will hire a SEO consultant for the same, because
Definitely.
doing everything, the optimization
Hmm.
part, even the, checking of the URLs and everything cannot be possible on a personal level. Okay. So it was a great insight about the entire website migration.
Thanks. And I would also
Hmm.
want to say, like,
Hmm.
obviously these questions will help people understand, because I
Yes.
have come across in my entire career, I have come
Yes.
across too many people facing a
Okay.
lot of issues related to website migration.
Hmm.
And yes, there's a lot of theory
Hmm.
revolving around, but then the practicality is totally different when it
Okay.
comes to website migration, because every
Hmm.
website behaves in a different way.
Yes.
So yeah, I believe this podcast helps people to understand
Yes.
that what are
Definitely.
the
Right.
core issues related to it and how they can overcome them.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.